Since we're talking about equality and we're talking about how the physically challenged cricket should be perceived, India's disabled cricket are speaking out against the indifference and apathy displayed by the BCCI. They're asking why the world's richest body cannot support the smaller countries, including the disabled cricket. I'd like to hear and understand from either one of you and get a comment as to what you guys think about it.
Okay, so let me just start with this, Raadhika. I think BCCI is the favorite whipping boy of everyone. Something happens, it's BCCI's fault. All right. If there is drought in the country, that's BCCI's fault. If there is any issue in the country, it's BCCI's fault. I mean, it's unbelievable how much pressure BCCI is under for everything. So I think just going to leave that aside, right? You got to leave that aside and just think independently. You can't be. I mean, the word that Vijay used was support, and also the thing that he said was there is no need of sympathy here, right? So I think the last thing that any one of us want, abled, differently abled, or whatever it is sympathy. Nobody wants sympathy. Yes, support we do want, and I think there is support. Yes, it's not perfect. You need more of that. But this whole thing of BCCI should do everything. I mean, BCCI is doing what it does. You know how many games of cricket BCCI organizes in a year? More than 3,000. Right. So yes, like I said, more needs to be done. But it's so one thing I would request or just request people to think about is not just blame BCCI for everything, and also look at other things. I mean, we've got corporates, right? We've got companies like yourself, Raadhika, who are doing so much. So I think there's so many other avenues of doing things. So rather than sitting and blaming an organization, let's just start thinking maybe out of the box at times.
Fair. Another thing I want to kind of like, Vijay, want to ask you is you also played the World Cup. On the lighter side, going on the lighter side now, you've played the World Cup. What have been that instant moment where, things were absolutely unplanned or not going your way and the match immediately changed? So are there any special moments that you can recall at this point of time when the match completely turned around in your favor because there was some uncertain good things that happened for you?
See, cricket is always, unpredictable game. We cannot, predict, and we cannot think that it will come on my way, how I want. It won't, sometimes, pitch make difference. Sometimes, weather condition make differences. Sometimes we go plan and we try to play according to our plan, but it fails. Then we have to come to plan B. So, many times you have also seen, like 92 World Cup, you have seen Pakistan has won, India has won when Kapil Dev was there. Last World Cup we won where MS Dhoni and Gautam Gambhir played. So it depends on a lot of things, like our plans and conditions. We never know. No, see, like I'll give you a small example. If I am doing practice day and night here, I don't know, which country, how much that player is practicing. So it's always, unpredictable thing. I don't think we can predict it before the match. So a lot of time it happens. Once I'll tell you, Karnataka got out on 47 runs. It was, match with Maharashtra. Sorry, with Haryana. We got all out on 47. I was playing not out. And when we, started to play, I got 6 wickets in that, and we won that match by 2 runs. It was never expected. Crowd was saying what they are playing, how they are playing. But it depends. It depends on circumstance also sometimes. Like I told now before, Deep Das Gupta sir has partnership with in match with Sehwag sir. So that match I think we are going to lose, but we won that match. So it happens in cricket, and it is the most lovable part of cricket. That unpredictable things.
Deep, is there any unpredictable story that you kind of like have a special space in your heart and you would like to share?
I mean, like Vijay mentioned, I think the best part about any sport is not scripted. It has everything that we want, drama, and just name it. You go to any movie, and everything, any good movie, and every aspect of it, sports got it. And because we're talking about cricket, let me just say cricket, but even sports, all sports. But the best part, it's not scripted, so you don't know what's coming up, right? Could be anything. So that, I mean, almost every game, I'd say only maybe 20-25% or maybe even less of the games that we play or we see goes at a predictable path, and you know what, this team is better than the other team. For example, okay, let's say yesterday's Pakistan versus Netherlands. Ideally speaking, Pakistan, ICC ranking number 2, Netherlands 14. I mean, in terms of experience and everything else, the setup, the system in these two countries, it's chalk and cheese, right? But Pakistan was 38 for 3, right? Nobody could have thought of that. Nobody could have scripted that. You would have said, oh, Pakistan would get 350 or whatever and bowl them out for 50, 60 or 100 or whatever it is. So, I mean, that's the beauty of sport. You have everything and, all aspects of life. And it's not scripted.
Today is also a match between South Africa and Sri Lanka, and you've played with them. So, is there any strengths and weakness that you know about and you'd like to talk about? And which team are you favoring today?
So for South Africa, Sri Lanka, okay, it's going to be played in Delhi because venues do matter. Because predominantly, if you think about it, you know what, I think South Africa could surprise a few people. I think this World Cup, the South African side is very good. They're in good form. They've been playing really good cricket last 5-6 months. And when I look at that middle order and that batting order, it's really, really good. Van der Dussen, Klaassen, Markram, David Miller, Marco Johansson's been batting really well. He comes at 7-8. They will miss Anrik Nokia. I mean, obviously he's very, very good. So I think South Africa will surprise a few people. I think it might be, I mean, they'll have a good tournament is what I think. The other side, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is missing a few of their main bowlers. Chamira is not there. Hasranga is not there. It is a batting strong side. The bowling unit looks a little inexperienced as well. So I'm gonna go with South Africa for this game, to be honest.
Vijay, what about you? Who are you favoring?
I'll support Sri Lanka here because when I went to play South Africa, the condition was different, totally changed. And where I think Sri Lanka is again a Asia country and they are very favorable playing in India. I think they will win Sri Lanka because due to conditions play a very important role also. But what Sir told, team is very good. South Africa, they can surprise. But it's an Asia favor kind of thing. Also, they are our neighbor, so I will go with Sri Lanka. Let them win.
Yeah. Okay. So just to add to that, it's a very valid point about conditions, and I think around 9 to 10 out of those 15 in the South African squad play in the IPL. So what IPL has also done is it's kind of leveled the playing field in terms of conditions and habits. And earlier on, pre-IPL, when players would come to India, as in outside the subcontinent, players would come to India, they would find it a little difficult to adjust initially. The weather and conditions, food, all those things. But now because of IPL, and so many of the South Africans have that experience of playing in the IPL. So India, for a lot of these players, have become a second home because they spend 2.5 months in a year here in India, right? So I think that's an advantage which a lot of the non-subcontinental teams have now with the IPL happening.
It's interesting to see that we have both sides. Deep, you're supporting South Africa. Vijay is supporting Sri Lanka.
Listen, I'm not supporting.
I'm just favoring them because
you're predicting. You're
So
predicting.
I'll tell you something. One of the things
it's a neighbor favor
about being a media commentary guy is being unbiased. So yes, there's something So you got to differentiate between your heart and your head. So what I say on air or something, 90% is head, but obviously when it comes to India playing, then obviously heart takes over. That's only when India is playing.
Whose doesn't? Talking about Indian matches, which Indian match are you looking forward to? Vijay, I'll ask you first and then I'll ask you, Deep.
India versus Pakistan.
Why? I mean, leaving
That
aside
is
the obvious.
a game where a lot of people wait for that game, and it's always revenge kind of thing also. And we love like Australia, England, like that only. India, Pakistan.
What about you, Deep?
Yeah, I mean, listen, what Vijay mentioned, obviously you have the cricketing side of things, but you have, the emotions, the rivalry, the history, and all of that comes into the play as well. That's where India-Pakistan becomes, that much special when it comes to rivalry. The other rivalry of late, which has become important, is India-Australia. Last 6-7 years, India-Australia rivalry has become very potent, so to say. So, and also India-Australia is because if you think about it, it's the first game, and first game of a tournament is very, very crucial. How you start off, put your stall out there, and how you do it, because straight away, because both these teams are favorites as well. So whoever wins has that advantage. The other team who doesn't will be under pressure. So and it's very important to do well in the first game. So and there are quite a few. You know what the good part about this edition of World Cup is? You cannot predict the semi-finalist. You got at least 6-7 teams who can make it easily to the top four. One of the favorites, England, lost to New Zealand. Not just lost, I mean, they were plundered by New Zealand, right? So you don't really know. So I think this is going to be one of the most competitive World Cups that we've seen in the recent past.
I know it's only like it's just the tournament's just started, and 40 days. It's a long way to go, and can't actually predict in advance as to who are reaching the end. Yes, here's only hoping and praying that India makes it to the top and we get the cup back home, considering we're playing in the home ground. Before we part today, I just want to have like last thoughts in regards to your individual sports. Vijay, starting from you, I'd like to hear where you think your sport stands right now, and what is the future and what should we look forward to. And Deep, same with you. I'm going to come to you, Vijay.
No, like how sir told ki everyone start blaming BCCI. The BCCI, it is not like that. We should be like BCCI is a good body of cricket in whole world. Is the expensive, more money and all. We should play like that. BCCI should come and take us. There are a lot of things. There is a lot of process. There are a lot of rules and regulation to follow that. So, like still I know ki our team is not that capable. Ki where BCCI comes and their coaches comes. And we start that fitness training, and there are a lot of things in cricket. It is not that people don't know. They will come and tell like now. So BCCI is supporting us also. If you see Jessa sir tweet, he has tweeted my photograph once for one of the tournament and like that. So they are supporting us. It is not like that they are not supporting. I think there is some process. We have to wait for that process, and one day BCCI will support us. We have to be positive. Why we should not know BCCI is not supporting us? Other countries they are supporting. They are supporting. I know PCB is supporting Pakistan team. Afghanistan Cricket Board is also supporting. When we go to play, we get same respect and everything that we have come from India, and we get everything like that. It is not like that we are not getting it. It is only thing that officially it is not there, but unofficially they will help us. Saurav Ganguly sir will help us. A lot of players will help us. Here in Karnataka, we play a lot of matches with their KSA teams, under 19, under 16. And we get, Anil Kumble sir has provided me free nets also in KSA. Whenever you want, you can come and play. So they are supporting us. It is not like that nobody is supporting us. They are supporting us actually, and I'm very, very much thankful for them to BCCI and all. But the only thing is, if like people will start, saying against, it is not good. So I'm sure one day BCCI will come and they will pick us, and we'll be playing officially from BCCI.
So from what I'm understanding, that the future is looking bright for the physically challenged space as
Obviously.
well, and There are going to be more tournaments, and there are many key stakeholders who are coming on board and supporting. So that's a very positive sign. And here's hoping that, we're talking about the World Cup right now, and hope we talk about the physically challenged World Cup with many more countries involved as well. It's a positive sign. Thank you, Vijay. Deepdas, I want to ask you, what are your final words as to what are you looking forward to this whole tournament, and what more, like there are so many tournaments that are taking place. What more, is there anything else that we're looking forward to?
Listen, I think cricket as a sport is growing, so it's very, very exciting. If you look at the number of franchise cricket that's happening around the world, so it is very exciting times for cricket. More opportunities for a lot of people. Maybe 10 years ago it was, or while I was playing, it was only about international cricket. But now you've got franchise cricket, obviously you've got international cricket. So there's so much of opportunity for everyone, not just players, for media, for coaches, for support staff, for people, supporting the whole system or the ecosystem. So I think it's very, very interesting times, and that's what it is. So looking forward to the next few years. I think it's quite fluid right now, the environment and where the sport is going. So so just kind of got my seat belts on and ready for the ride.
Super. Thank you so much, both of you. We were talking on Radiant Sports Pick World Cup edition. I sincerely appreciate you both coming online today and giving us your inputs and what you think about the upcoming games, and also talking about the games individually. Here's looking forward to potentially India winning the World Cup, and more so exciting, unpredictable moments that we can kind of keep in our heart and take forward. Thank you so much. This is Raadhika Khetarpal, and I hope to interact with you all again very, very soon.
Thank you so much for Radiant Sports.